What's going on YouTube? Matt with ASL Dumpster back here in Aurora, Colorado. We're gonna do a quick video on tips that I've learned so far. We are coming on year 4 this March in business, and here are some tips on what we have found to catch fraud. There's been a lot of some conversation about this on other dumpster rental channels. American AF Dumpster, Daniel the Dumpster Helper are the two main ones that I've seen it on. But here is my experience too, and what I'm doing to prevent it. And so basically, on the first step really is setting up processes and systems on, if you allow online ordering on your website, you can place things like a mandatory confirmation checkbox before they check out that says, I confirm that this, all this information is mine. I will not pursue any chargeback, chargeback fees or chargeback activity on this card for this order. I also have that written in Spanish and English on our website. And so that's one step. That's what we do kind of on the front end. And then on the back end, say if an order comes through, like I just got one tonight, we have an order for a 20-yard dumpster that is to be delivered tomorrow. And in our experience, the fraudulent activity where someone is ordering a dumpster online it's always in a hurry. It's always the next day. And this customer entered a name, and they entered two different addresses. And what I mean by that is the billing address and the delivery address are always different. And typically what you find with fraud is that the billing address associated with the payment card is out of state. So we operate in Colorado. This delivery address is here in Colorado. It's actually 5 minutes from our yard, but the billing address is in Massachusetts. So I have no way of confirming that, whether or not, they have family that lives there, they have a property. It very well may be the case, but there are other signs on this that point to fraud. For instance, outside of the differing, the different addresses, the conflicting addresses on there, the other signs are bad verbiage, bad English. When they input things like, where do you want the dumpster placed? This customer put in, I want it placed at the entrance of the house. This is my address. And then they rewrote the address, which is strange. And then in the box where we ask, what are you putting in the dumpster? Is it household junk? Is it construction debris? They wrote, perfect, thank you very much. So these are all signs of fraud. And in our experience, these are red flags, and these are red flags that I simply will not ignore anymore. And what I do, also one more sign, typically 90% of the fraudulent cases that I've found and have caught in the last couple of years, it's always on a Gmail account. They use a Gmail account for the order, and it's some type of like an initial like DB and then a series of numbers like 23869, or it's always a series of like 5 to 6 numbers following either a name or an acronym. ABC 123456, or John Smith 86441 at Gmail. So if that, if you see those red flags plus that kind of an email, it's kind of a red flag email, definitely follow this process. And what I do from there is I do a threefold system. I call first, and in these fraudulent cases that always goes to voicemail, they never answer the phone. I leave them a voicemail saying, hey, this is ASL Dumpsters. We look forward to serving you. We have we have your order on schedule for tomorrow. Just want to let you know that we do require all new customers to provide proof of payment and or identification with the address on the identification matching the billing information, not the delivery address. That's key. The next step is I text them. I text them in both and typically what we've experienced is that most of these fraudulent cases that happen with us are with Spanish speaking individuals. So I send it in English and Spanish over text. You can do that on your iPhone. Type it out in English, send it, copy it, translate it, resend it in Spanish. And then I send an email also, English and Spanish, saying, hey, we look forward to serving you. Just want to let you know all of new customers are required to provide proof of payment and or identification matching the billing information. I send that in Spanish and English. And most cases, I don't get any response. And what I'll say is at the end of all these correspondences, I'll say, if this cannot be agreed upon or scheduled, we will not deliver. We just simply can't deliver the dumpster to you. So in the case tonight, this customer sent back a text message in Spanish saying, if it basically translated into, what if someone is there to receive it? And so I said, yes, someone must be there to receive it with the payment card and or identification in hand. I sent that back in English and Spanish. So to me, this is looking like fraud. I hope this helps you guys out in not only the dumpster rental industry, but any type of service, especially where you are, your service requires you to travel. You're not a brick and mortar shop. You're a service area business like myself. Definitely take those red flags seriously. And when you see them, address them and make sure that you are putting in some type of action plan to protect yourself, because what will happen if you don't is you will receive what's called a chargeback notification. So whoever does your credit card processing online, or whether it's a Square Reader or whatever, whoever, if you process credit cards online like we do, you will get a chargeback notification. And what happens is your credit card processing company reaches into your bank account at the moment's notice of a chargeback and pulls that money that was given to you from that customer out directly, day one. Like not a warning, nothing. They will send you an email at 1 a.m. And what will be in that email will be all the information for the credit card, the routing, the transaction number, the amount, the date it was ran. And then basically they'll say, hey, you need to get in contact with the customer and resolve this. And if you can't do that, then you need to file paperwork with us providing proof of service and proof that this card belongs to this person. So if you don't have that proof, then basically you're out your money and you work for free. I've experienced this. I've had it happen to me several times. It took me a few to learn, and it sucks. It sucks big time, and it's really shitty that this is part of our industry, but it is. And if you're in the junk removal, dumpster rental space, or any other type of service, just protect yourself. And I hope these tips help you guys out, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks a lot.